So what do you do as a beekeeper when it's raining and storming and flooding and you're paddling and you're trying to figure out now, how do we keep bees when they keep on swarming and they're reading all the nectar that's rolling like a river, and you're going, man, this is just not working. This is true. So it's I don't know, May 19th, 3:30 in the afternoon. Rain fronts keep coming through, like, oh man, okay, it's time to do some woodwork. So what you see here is a frame. We're going to do a few little tips. This is, again, stuff that maybe newer beekeepers don't get to see. So I tried to set this up where I have good light so that you can actually see. So I'm at a point right now where I've kind of used up all my good frames. So now it's time to get to some of the older stuff. It's maybe a couple of years old. And it's got to get cleaned up a little bit so that we can reinstall some new foundation in it and pick up some new usable frames, right? Okay, so here's a few tips. See, this is an old frame, and one of the first things I want to know is its rigidity. You know, is it? I'll torque it up and down. It's solid. It's nice and tight, nice and solid. But I want to clean all this stuff off. Let's see if I enlarge a little bit. So you see some hand movements going on. I want this stuff off the sides. So I'm just going to take my hive tool and scrape off the edge and keep that little bit. Scrape off the shoulders. Keep that little bit. Scrape off the top bar. These little tailings. And I'll go around the frame. Propolis and wax. Keep that little bit. Turn it over. Same thing again. It gets kind of gobbed up, a little too much. The top bar. We just call these wax tailings. And there's a coffee can, and in go the tailings. It adds up. Okay, so what I'm saying to you, it adds up. And I'll turn the frame around, and I'll pull it down the shoulder. Okay, so I've done both of the sides. I'll look at where the top bar hangs. I'll catch it there. Cleaning up the shoulders. Okay, so that part's done. How about the top? Sometimes it has wax on it. We'll clean it off. Work, surfaces. Clean it off. Okay, now watch. Okay, so there's some bits and pieces. See, most people just throw all this stuff away. No. This adds up. Okay, so now the wedge. We're cleaning a frame up, okay? We're cleaning a frame up. So this wedge, it looks really tight to us, like nothing's going to ever get under there. Yeah, that's the problem. It just looks like that, but you will have all kinds of garbage that gets under there. It's kind of hard to get off. You don't want to break it or snap it. You're going to use it again. So I'm just taking my hands this way. Just gently pulling it apart. It needs to be cleaned inside. This is handwork. This is our handwork. You're going to have more handwork. Okay, now, this is the wedge or the cleat. Now I've got nails in there. I really want the nails out. So I lay the wedge on the side of the frame and I'll tap out the nail. Just so it's extended. Right? The nail is extended. Okay, so tap that one, turn it, tap that one. All I'm doing is taking the nail, pulling it out. Because I don't want to use the same hole. Okay, so I have 4 nails. Some of them might still be usable. I'll set them to the side. Okay, my cleat will have wax on it. Watch. Run down the side. Bits of wax. Whoops. Bits of wax. How do I? Let's see if I can get this away. Vertical so you can see. I'm just cleaning off the sides. So now we have, whoops, a pretty clean wedge cleat. Okay. That's the idea. Handwork. Save these. They're real important to you. You may even get a taller can, a taller one, and just stick them in here. We have a can back over there that's got a whole bunch of wedges and cleats stacked up in it. Extras. We have extras. But we're just going to set this to the side. The wedge or the cleat. Okay? Set to the side. Now watch this. So now here is the channel it was setting in. We want to clean it. This one's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. Not too bad. So now what we've done is to clean up a frame. Wasn't too bad. Now, how about the inside walls? Right here. I'll scrape that off. A little bit of wax there. Not a problem. Okay, so now we have 2 bands of fishing line. What do we do here? Well, I really don't need to take out both of them. I can leave. Let's see. I have to do it. I have to lay it down, cleat side down, and I don't know which one. Let's see. Okay, I lay cleat side down, and the first X is started with these 2 nails. So this fishing line right here. I know this is going to be confusing to you. I don't want to take out both fishing line X's to hold it straight. I just need one taken out so I can get the wax in. The question is which one? See, which one? So the wedge side goes down. The 2 nails here are the back X, the back, and that leaves this line right here, the one you want to cut. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's find out if Kendall's right. So here's my knife. I just cut it. I'm going to turn it over. Now, these ought to be loose. Yes, I was right. Yay. And this one. And what that means is, because I cut the correct ones, I've already got 1 X in. I don't have to do 2 X's over again. See, does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. And let's see if I can get the nail out. I just want to take that fishing line out. So, let's see. Here it is. Ta-da. Okay, so fishing line's thrown away. I'll remove that nail later. Well, you know, you could use a pair of dikes. Of course, I have a pair of dikes over there. Okay, fishing line's out. Okay, not a problem. Okay, so that one is kind of cleaned up. Oh, wait a minute. Here's one of the most important parts to clean. The groove. This is a wedge top, groove bottom. Wedge top, groove bottom. But how you get this clean? How you get this clean? This is an old style paint can opener that's got the aggressive hook on it. See the big hook? But it has been ground down it's very narrow. We'll grind it on the wheel to make it narrow to fit inside the channel the best that we can. This is actually, I've got several of these. This one could stand to be ground thinner still. And we'll use it in the groove like that. See all that garbage? See that garbage we just pulled out of there? I'll turn it around. This is the stuff you do on a rainy day, hey? Okay, I can turn it and get down in the groove or run sideways. Anything to get that stuff out. Webs, eggs, wax, garbage, cocoons. You're just cleaning up the frame. Give it a tap. Oh, that garbage. Oh, that garbage falling out of there. Now I need my trash can. That's not stuff we want to keep. Hold on. This is a very important little tool. Now they got different kind of paint can openers in the hardware stores. You're going to have to go to probably to the actual paint can counter where they mix the paint and ask the folks behind the counter, hey, can I have some of the old style good paint can openers with the aggressive hook? They know what you're talking about. Okay, but what I'm after is I want a lot of that. I want that garbage out of there. I want plenty of room to put in my foundation. Get rid of this. Okay. Okay, so there we have prepped and cleaned a frame. I'll use the hook in there. Right there's a lot of garbage. Right up here is a lot of garbage. See that? Now that frame is ready to be used again. Just inspect it, look at it, you know, the walls, the side. Okay, see, so now all I got to do is come in and put wax right there, and then put a new X, a fishing line, tap it in, wedge it in, done. Pretty simple. A lot of hand tricks. You have a lot of hand work in beekeeping, so you're going to have a lot of time-saving steps in your hand work. Okay, so let's do a worse one. Look at that one. That one's gobbed up with stuff. Look at that. Holy mackerel. What do we do here? Watch this. So this frame has what we call a pattern. When it has this much wax on it, and I'll use my knife tool. This wax up here is a pattern. All the way down. Inside is a pattern. I don't want to remove, when the wax is like that, I don't want to remove that. I would, rather than put a sheet of wax in there, I would use this as a tabbed frame and give it to the bees. But on either side of the frame, I need to have a comb frame or foundation frame. Okay, so watch me clean this up. I do want to get this cleaned up though, so I'm going to clean the bottom side. I want the bottom cleaned. This has a lot of wax on it that we want to harvest off. I want the sides of the bottom clean. Oh man, it's pretty tight down. Okay, so let's get that picked up. Tailings. Okay, that gets picked up. All right, let's go around the edges of the frames. I do the edges first. On the shoulders, this area right here, this area here is called the shoulder. Shoulders are supposed to go together inside the box. Push them together when you're done with your inspection. Okay. Okay, now there's more stuff here. Okay, now on here is typically propolis. Well, that's the outside. We don't want that. We want to save this. We don't want this. So I'm going to just draw. And you'll notice it's more brittle. Still some wax in it. So I will sweep it to the side. Oh gosh. This is all handwork. These old frames like this, they will build up on you. Here you go. Oh, I got a bunch to do. Now I'm cleaning the top bar. Clean the top bar. Sometimes there's stuff that gets gummed up in there. Around. Just look around. Turn it over. You can pick this up. Oh, I can turn it over here. I'm going to get this over here. Right there. Okay, so I have a little pile here. Pick that up. Get that out of the way. Be careful getting this stuff on the floor. This stick to your shoes. Shoes carried inside to the carpet. Ooh, somebody's going to be upset. Okay, let me get this shoulder right here. Right there. Okay, now I'm going to take that little bit of wax off there. Now, as weird as this seems, oh, to the top bar there. There's some right there. There it is. Okay. I'm going to leave that inside part. All of this. Oops. They'll pull loops. They'll make loops. I'm going to leave the fishing line in here as support. They'll pull loops. Most times they go right through the fishing line. And they'll connect all this. So this becomes a pattern. When it's like that, and maybe this is an old frame that I dug out with my hands, and there's no wires, see? And I can just dig out the old comb and harvest it and try to leave a ribbon around the inside of the frame, which becomes a starter strip. The bees don't care about it being unsightly. It may look unsightly to us, but the bees love this. All right, they jump on those edges and clean them up and pull comb right off that. So I'm done. I'm not going to clean all that off. That will be considered a starter strip frame. And when I put it in, I'll put a frame of Comer foundation here, frame of Comer foundation here. As long as I alternate them, they're okay. So that one's fine. Don't have to pull the cleat. I don't have to do anything to that. That's fine. Let's look at another one. Okay, so here's one that's really clean. Again, do the sides all the way around. Nothing there. Nothing there. Pretty clean. A little bit on the shoulders. Of course, I'm talking and teaching you. When you're doing this by yourself, you fly through a bunch of these. Cleaning around. All right. Other side's good. How about the bottom? Bottom side's good. Side walls, side bars. Sorry. Side bar's good. All right. Let me sweep this away. Okay. Whoops. How about the top bar, the wedge on the top bar? Okay, so I'm going to just use my, let's go to the end, start on the end. It's kind of tight. You just want to gently, how do I do this where you can see this? Just gently, watch me snap one. It's okay, I just try to be gentle. I don't want to snap them, break them. Right? Oh gosh, man. It's okay. There we go. Okay, it's out. Okay, so I use the side of the frame, tap out the nails. These wedges are real important. Just hand remove the nails. You can put the nails in a little cup or something. Cleaning. It's better if you set it on edge. Set it on edge and go through like that. Some of them get pretty gobbed up. These are pretty clean. The reason we take off the wedges, we got to get underneath to clean. Right here. That one's pretty clean. Not a problem. Sometimes they got wax moth larvae there. Blah. Yeah, garbage, you know. And then lastly, we have the wedge tool. I call it a worm hook. This is good for, it fits right, just perfect in your hand. And if you have comb that does have cocoons or worms, you can just doop, 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 without digging with your fingers and destroying lots of comb. You just hook them. That helps. But it's also very handy for cleaning the bottom of these grooves, because they get pretty gummed up. Tap it down. Okay, there's another clean frame. Got the idea? Nice and clean. Not a problem. Oh, wait a minute. I have to do a fishing line. I got to remove one side. So I have two X's. So the wedge side, this is the cleat side. It goes down, down, and whatever line is on the edge here is the one I cut. Right? Okay. Wedge side is down. I'll just cut that one. Go ahead and turn it over. Now, those nails there have the line I want out. Come on, Kendall. That's out. That's out. And I can even do this. I can do this. Ooh, there's the nail. Kind of pulled the nail up. That's good. Fishing line. It's just, what, 15-pound test. Nope, a little tight. That's all right. Now, I tend to remove the nails later, and I'll reset it in a different spot. But now, because when I come back in, see this is the back side. We call this the back side. It's already done. So all I got to do is just put my foundation in, do another X with those nails, and cleat it in, wedge it in. I'm done. And it saves steps. You're going to learn how to save handwork, because you have lots of handwork. And you don't want to go, well, I don't need to do all that. Why am I doing all that? That's why I'm showing you. Okay, so that one is ready to be done. Here, let's do another one. We got a couple more, and we'll be done. So this is a quick lesson on frame cleanup and prep. These are rather new frames, but they still have to be cleaned. Okay, other side, around. Oops, here's some shoulder work. Okay, shoulder work. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Okay, now, how about sides done? Sides, that's done. That's pretty good. How about the wedge? Let's do the cleat. All right. Now some of these hive tools are fatter and thicker or thinner. Thin one helps. I could do this. Could use my knife blade, couldn't I? Ooh, that's much better. Easier. There it is. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Okay. Nice. That was nice. Set that to the side. Oops. Tap out the nails. Let's see. Tapping out nails. Oh man. Rain. Darn. Rain's good, but lots of rain is not so good for the beekeeper. Okay, now we're going to clean the wedge. And we'll probably, in July time, we'll probably be wanting all this rain back. You could go bone dry, you know. Okay, so there's a good cleat. We want to save them. They're important, you know, protect them. Okay, so let's clean our spot again. Okay, so the inside where the wedge was, we want to clean that. You know, just take good care of your equipment. Okay, what else? The grooved bottom. The grooved bottom. It's pretty clean already, so we got a little bit of stuff. Let's turn it around. We got some stuff down in here. Okay, not bad. Tap it. All that dirt and garbage falls out. That's okay. And then to remove one line, I don't have to remove both, right? So here's the wedge side. It goes down, faces down. That means the line that's on the side right here, I'm cutting. Cut that line, turn it over, bring my lines out. Come on, Kendall. Ooh. There it is. There it is. Make it even easier, just cut them. I can remove the nails later. There. Ah, sweet. Pretty easy. So now I got the fishing line, the backside installed, foundation goes in. I'll wire the next X and then cleat this in. I'm done. Handwork, handwork, handwork. Saving your hands. Okay, let's look at a serious one. So those are some pretty good ones. Those are some pretty good ones. Check this one out. Doesn't look terrible bad from that angle. Not from that angle. This is an example of what wax moths can do to you. So let's see. I don't have to clean this because I'm going to have to throw this away. So I could clean that and do it. But no, wait a minute. Wait. Have a look at the side. Look really close. That's insane. That's wax moths digging, eating the wood. So I've got a cocoon here. I don't even have to dig these out because I can't use this. Oh, there's a dead one. They've been frozen. This frame has been frozen. Look at these cocoons. I want you to see this, man. This is really why I made this film. Cleaning the frames is important, but understanding what wax moths can do to you is very important. Sometimes they're really in there. Look at that. I mean, we're talking like drilling holes. Wow. Look at that. Now, why can't I use this? Well, all these extra holes now give places for beetles to hide. And more worms and stuff. So there's no way I'm putting that back in the system. We don't want that in the system. That's like, look like Swiss cheese. That's crazy. What about the other side? Come on, can you believe that? Here's a cocoon. This is why the Centauri strategy is so important to you. Okay, here's a cocoon. Comes out. See the hook? This little paint can hook is helpful. Very. Now, if you look down inside, you'll see worms, cocoons, down inside this gap on the wedge. Down in there. I don't need to. What I can do is I'm going to throw the frame away, but I'm going to harvest. Oops. Sorry. I'm going to harvest this wedge. I'm going to keep this wedge. So that's a mess. Okay. That frame has to be culled out. Okay. So now watch. I'm going to take this wedge out, and I want you to see how bad this is underneath. See how bad it is. Get it popped out. I always save. Now when I throw a frame out, unless the wedge is really bad, I save the wedges. I'll harvest the wedges off. Typically they're okay. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Ooh, okay, so let me get my nails out. Handwork. Let's take it this way. Just tap on the edge and ooh, tap those. And the nails may be very usable again. Okay. 1, 2, or these are brads. These are actually brads. Okay. So I'm going to set that to the side. I need to clean the cleat up. This is a labor of love for the bees, helping the bees. You know, we save this kind of work for stormy, rainy days like this. I've got a lot of these I can do, so I just need to. Oops, sorry, I forgot the camera. A lot of those I need to do. So there's a clean wedge. Okay, so it sets to the side. Now, what was inside here? Well, look. Look at the cocoons, the worms. They get down underneath there. There's a cocoon. Cocoon, worm, cocoon. They're hatching, you know, they're making cocoons and they're hatching. Look at that. They're dead. I mean, okay, so there's a worm. It's dead. It's black. But look. It's under there, man. It's under there. Look how big. Yeah, they can tuck away. So this frame, look at the holes. Hole there. Hole there. Eating holes, they eat. All that. Yes. So if you're not familiar with our personal advisor program and you're just kind of following along with us, you need to go look at our ebooks in the ebook library and find the book titled Ending Wax Moth Damage Forever. This garbage is avoidable. Completely avoidable. And you need to learn how to use Centauri. Cocoon. They just get packed in there. But what has ruined this frame is all this eating. Okay? And I will just throw it out as scrap wood in the fire pit, whatever. Okay, so man, I hope you learned something cool. Go to the hardware store and ask the folks behind the paint shaker counter for the really good paint can, and you might get a dozen of these. I put tape on it so I don't lose it, you know. And if you have a grinding wheel, grind it down pretty thin. That one needs to be thinned out even some more, so we can get down inside these grooves. Yeah. But that's handwork on frames. If you'd like to learn more from us, you can go to littlecreekbeeranch.com and go to the personal advisor program. Study that. We teach students across the country: Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana. The list is growing, so it's going to get lots longer. It's okay. Connecticut, Michigan. Yeah, very cool, man. Bees operate by a set of principles, and we need to learn that so we can teach more folks. Yeah. So this is a rainy day project. hand cleaning frames and getting them prepped to put wax in and use again. Just tips and tricks and strategies. If you have a question or you want to know more about us, give us a shout. If you would, please press the buttons, like and subscribe. Yeah, trying to work our numbers up a little bit. But that's a rainy day project. All right, man. Keep watching. More cool videos coming. Later.